everyone, it's Beverly Holloway, your inspirational life guru here, and today I'm talking about self-care. So I've got 10 things that you really should think about keeping in your self-care toolkit. Now, of course, you can create your own toolkit. This is just one that I'm using, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am not always diligent to actually implement all of these things. So I've got room for improvement, which I'm sure you all do too. But for those of you that are entrepreneurs that are always giving back to other people, it is so important for you to make sure that you create yourself a self-care toolkit. So number one, the one thing that I like to remind myself of when it comes to self-care is to be mindful of when I'm moving too fast and when it's time for me to slow down. It's so easy to get so caught up into having to be here and there and just busy about your way that you just start walking faster. You know, your adrenaline starts moving faster and stronger. And so it's so important to remind yourself of when you're moving too fast to just slow down. Take a couple of deep breaths for a moment. Just slow down. Unless there's a fire or you're trying to get to some emergency, there's no need to be in a rush. And this is something that I always have to remind myself of. Beverly, slow down. The second thing is to take 5 minutes in the morning and at night to focus on my breathing. Now, that's something that I really have to work on too, because a lot of times when I'm busy going about, I really find out that my breathing is just not where it should be. So in the morning and at night, I have to remind myself, and even throughout the day, to just slow down again and to really pay attention and to focus on my breathing and how I'm breathing. Number 3 is to take 10 minutes in the evening after work to relax and be still. Now, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, this will be for you. Or even if you're an entrepreneur, at the end of your day, it's so important to take about 10 minutes just to relax and to be still. I can't tell you how many people I've met in the past that have walked into my home at times and it's quiet and they're like, you know, why isn't there a TV on or why isn't there any music? Well, first of all, because this is my home and because I set the tone and the atmosphere and I like the peace and quiet. So this particular part isn't that hard for me. This is something that I really do on a regular basis. I just love the silence. Like right now, you may be able to hear something, some background noise, but for the most part, I like having the silence. Now, number 4 is to practice mindful eating. Now, I am guilty of not doing this the way that I should. Every now and then, I'm mindful of what I'm eating and putting into my body as I'm eating it. But it's so important to become mindful of the things that we're putting in our body. Even if you have to start with just one fruit a day or one vegetable a day, be mindful of putting something healthy in your body. You know, you can reach out to a nutritional coach or someone of that nature or some other holistic coach that deals with nutrition that can really help you when it comes to mindful eating. And so, you know, that may be something that you want to look into because I am no expert when it comes to that, but it is something that I want to begin to employ in my own life so that I can start feeling better, looking better, and just really being mindful of what I'm putting into my temple. Now, number 5 is to find one place to go every weekend that brings you joy and brings you peace. Now, I know a lot of times we may not have the money to go to a movie or we may not have the money to go out to a club and go dancing or anything like that, but we can always find something free to do, like go to a neighborhood park. However, if you're here in Arizona like me, days like this, it's not always feasible to go to the park because it's hot as hell here, right? But even if it's just finding your favorite magazine or something that you enjoy, I love doing that. Ever since I was a teenager, I have been fascinated with Essence magazine. So just going out and getting myself a new copy of the Essence magazine and sitting down, having me a cup of iced tea or something like that, and just looking through the pages of Essence magazine brings me joy. I love it. So something as simple as that is something that you can do that will bring you joy and bring you peace. Also, number 6 is to meditate and connect with spirit while lying in the tub filled with bubbles. That this is one that I don't have a hard time doing at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to start creating some spiritual bath oils and bath salts because the new place that I found in New Mexico is perfect for setting up a spiritual bed and bath retreat. So I want to have my own products on hand that I can have for clients, that people come in when they book their appointments, when they come in for their spiritual renewals. I can have those things on hand for them. So, but spending time connecting with spirit, having a cleansing bath is just so refreshing and renewing to your soul. So I want to encourage you to do that, even if it's not what you consider a spiritual bath. But honey, just dip yourself in that tub with some bubbles and just relax. Just breathe and relax and commune with spirit. Have on some meditation music and enjoy. Now, number 7, this is something that I do. Of course, you can use whatever music you desire, but I love to play Native American flute music as I'm going to bed at night. It's just something about it that I love. It keeps me connected to the culture, and I just love falling asleep to Native American music. So that's something that I do at night to really calm me and keep me in a peaceful state as I'm falling asleep. Next is to exercise more regularly. Like, I know, some of you are, experts when it comes to exercising. And I know this is something that I have to work on personally, but it's so good to make sure you're spending time exercising. As a matter of fact, hold on one minute. Even if you can't get out to exercise, which, I haven't been getting out regular like I should, but hey, buy something like this. I found this at Ross. I absolutely love it. I don't have the box, but it actually came with a DVD where you can do different exercises with it. But I absolutely love this thing. And it was only $4.99, believe it or not. But there's so many different exercises that you can do with this thing where it really stretches your muscles and things like that. You can do all different types. You could do it with your legs. So I really love this thing. Plus it's cheap and it's affordable. So that's one thing you can do, but get creative when it comes to moving your body, exercising, because exercising can help shift the energy within your body and cause things to shift and to change in your life. So even if it's just walking around the room or whatever, or walking up and down the stairs or whatever, exercise is key, and it's very, very important. The next one is to eat more green vegetables. Honey, for me, I need to eat all color vegetables, red, orange, green, or whatever, because this is another area that I struggle in. And I can't really say that I struggle, it's just that I haven't been diligent to really make sure that I'm putting more vegetables in my body. So you guys pray for me as I pray for you. The next thing is to drink more water. Now, this is one thing that I have been doing more of, and I've got my bottle of water right here that I'm drinking now. But make sure that you're drinking your water, because it really helps you to stay cleansed, and it's energetic. It does something to your body. It can cause things to shift within your body. So those are the things, the 10 things to include in your self-care toolkit. Not only that, but I would also suggest that you write out a commitment to yourself, because that's what I've done. And I've got my commitment right here, my self-care commitment. But I would encourage you to sit down after this video and write down a commitment that you intend to do for your self. And I'm going to just read a couple of mine. I'm not going to read the whole commitment, but one of the things that I intend to do, this is what I have written down. Excuse me guys, I got cut off there for a minute, another pop-up. But anyway, I was about to share with you my commitment to self-care. Again, I encourage you guys to write out a commitment to yourself. And I had to be reminded of this today, because I had to pull it out, because I'm like, I have not been diligent to my commitment to self-care. So I'm going to read mine to you so that you can get an idea of some things, or the way that you may want to word yours. But here is my commitment to self-care. I commit, and it's so good to even say it and read it out loud because you hear it, and it's just something about when you actually hear yourself making the commitment, right? But I commit to make sure, and excuse me for looking down, but I've got this typed out and on my computer. I commit to make sure that I take time for my own spiritual needs first when it comes to ministering and coaching. I will not do so as a selfish act, but as a way of ensuring that I am in a strong position to effectively serve others that are seeking my support for their life challenges. I will endeavor to make sure that I spend time in prayer, meditation, and yoga eventually to help keep me grounded and centered. My desire is always to remain sensitive and alert to the Spirit's leading so that I can effectively carry out the work that I am assigned to do. I will also incorporate exercise and proper nutrition so that I remain strong and physically well. I commit to establishing positive relationships with other professionals in my field in order to have support from others who are of the coaching and spiritual communities. I commit to enjoy quality time with family and friends on occasion, but as a coach and empath, I will set a boundary between myself, family, and friends when I feel they are dumping all of their personal problems on me just for the sake of conversation. I will not allow myself to become drained by endless conversations. However, I commit to offer support if they are willing to do the work that is involved in setting goals and striving to make positive changes in their lives. When working with clients, I will set boundaries when it comes to engaging in personal relationships outside of the coaching relationship. I will commit to serving my clients with integrity at all times. Lastly, when speaking to congregations and to my audience, I commit to being transparent when it comes to my life experiences because I believe that others can be inspired by how I have overcome challenges in my life and ministry and how my life has been transformed, and I am now able to help others that are going through the same challenges in their own lives. So that is my commitment to self-care, and I'm so glad that I have it typed out so that I can go back to it and remind myself of it on a regular basis, which is what I had to do today. So I hope that helps you just a little bit when it comes to self-care. But again, create yourself a self-care toolkit and stick with it. None of us are perfect. It may take some diligence at first to really get yourself in the practice of caring for yourself. But I am a firm believer that if you do not honor yourself, who else is going to do it, right? We have got to learn how to honor ourselves, take care of our temples, and just make sure that we are fit and in the position that we can serve others, all right? So have a wonderful day and go get busy taking care of yourself. Ciao.